Right, come along all. We're nearly there. We're nearly back at the gallery. What do you think the gallery's dog policy is, actually? We've not... Well, it's not really come up in conversation because there's no need for it to come up in conversation, but we've got Miko now. I don't know if Orion would be accepting of Miko. Not because he's a dog, but because he's going to be a dog near all these priceless relics and artifacts. Maybe if he's confined to the penthouse in our safe house, that he'd probably be okay with that. Don't know if he'd have any misgivings about him just padding about the museum like a mascot, though. Finally, solitude, sweet solitude. We lost an entire day, caught up in a snowstorm. I was almost about to say, before we had to pitch our tent, that we were making good time. Good girl. We were making good time. We left Dawnstar in the early hours of the morning. The sun wasn't even up. We made it to Morthal in time for morning, and then we spent the entire day at the roadside when... If we hadn't been in such a rush to leave Morthal, we could have spent it in a nice warm inn with at least a couple of drinks and a tale or two. Is there anything we can... You know what, we'll do it tomorrow. It's too late in the day to do anything else. Let's deposit everything we've got. Let's check in with Orion. We maybe say hello to the Explorer Society if people have begun to turn up. I hope people have begun to turn up. They all left.
Guess who I'm being?
Oh, he's playing that game again. They all ran off, seemingly knowing where they're going. And they all left before us, so you think they'd arrived before us as well.
Your turn.
And next time we head out, we're going to have to maybe leave people behind in the safe house. Like, I just want a little bit of one-on-one time to get to know people better. A bit of bonding. Because I'm normally too busy leading us all around to actually stop to talk to people and, you know, engage with them. We do have some mail. A note from Calcemo and Markarth. Arcadius, thank you again for your assistance in Nuanzel. Am I pronouncing that right, Lucian? Your efforts have afforded us the opportunity to resume the excavations once again. During my ongoing work translating the Falmer tongue, I have come across references to several important Snow Elven artifacts. If they still exist, they could have great historical and magical significance. My team has quite unexpectedly recovered several caches of ancient Falmer artifacts while working in Nuanzel. The discovery of these ancient Falmer caches gives me hope that the Dwemer may have also held on to Snow Elven artifacts of importance, rather than having melted them down for scrap as was previously assumed. Since you handled the Nuanzel situation so deftly, I would like to discuss with you the possibility of seeking out some of these items. Thank you in advance for your attention, Calcemo. I mean, I wouldn't be against seeking out these items, if they went in our museum rather than his. I think that would be a fair trade. If we sort them out for academic purposes, they should belong in our museum. You know, finders keepers and all that. Does finders keepers work with sort of academia? That's a good question. Anyway, come along. Let's get ourselves to the back office and let's start 455 septims. Come on, let's get ourselves to the back office. We'll deposit everything there. Orion can help us sort it all out. What is happening over here? Avram? Excuse you?
Fine day, is it not?
Why are you taking a chisel to a pot? Excuse you, how are things going around here?
Been very busy. Orion has been giving a good number of tours to the visitors lately.
Okay.
It's always fascinating to hear about the displays. I often wonder how he could possibly have learned so much. But then I remember he's over 500 years old.
500? Alright, it's not that funny, but he's looking good for 500 years old, isn't he? Elves sure do have it good with their complexions, right. Before we start depositing items. Can we make any replicas? We might be able to make a replica of Amron's family sword. Which we can. Let's get that. And then there's a replica of Denstagma's ring, because I'm probably going to keep that on me for a while, because that gives me a lot of resistances. So flame, frost, and shock. Fire, frost, and lightning resistance, yeah. We're not going to be giving that up anytime soon. I'll just tell you that right now. So let's go to the item displays. Let's deposit everything that we can. And then we will catch up with some other odd jobs in the morning. Ah, Orion!
Ah, I'm glad you're here. I have come across a rare discovery indeed. I got word of a unique relic and was able to procure it from the cellar.
Oh.
Use it if you wish, or place it on display.
Oh, fantastic work. I will. I'll have a look at that. We'll catch up as well, Orion, at some point. Not tonight. I've got a... It's been a long day. Inigo, where did you get that shield from? Oh. Inigo?
How are you doing, my friend?
Why do you have a guard shield for Solitude? 22 need... Oh, I haven't actually taken everything off you guys yet either. What have you...
You give me best equipment, yes?
Well, you do have the best armor between us. Where's that shield come from?
What's next?
We'll talk about that later. Shirley?
What's the plan?
I want to take a couple of things from your pack.
We should probably visit a merchant soon.
We will in the morning. We do have a lot of things to get rid of. We do also have some paintings to put up. This has turned into a funny old quickly rushing to bed as we walk around the museum placing everything we can think of. And one more. Voila, there we go. I think that's all of them. Yes, it is. And finally, Hall of Natural Science. Hopefully we can build a few more figurines of the various fauna and wildlife we've seen. Insects in jars we need to get. Dragonfly in a jar. Inigo, where would Mr. Dragonfly like some part-time work?
There's no place like home.
No, I'm going to take that stony silence as a no. We've got wolves. Elk. Oh, there's one. We got the elk. Saber cat. Yes. Bear. Oh. They are fierce looking. We've got mud crabs. Do we have hawker? No, we do not. Probably we keep eating the hawker meat. Right. This is a spider display. I almost don't want to build this one, but science calls. Oh, it's just an egg sack. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty lifelike. At least it's not at eye level. Yep. Thank you, Inigo. Chorus. Yeah, got the chorus one. They're just wax models. They're nothing more. Oh, Miko, we've got another one of you over here. We've got a friend. Maybe not. Let's probably not introduce him to that wax model. He might end up diving on the exhibit. Chicken. Nope. Horse. Horse meat, horse hide. I got horse meat and horse hide, didn't I? We'll have to go back and check that. Cow. No cow hides. Dog we have. I don't know what a Volthuriol is, but I sure do know we're being very optimistic about the legendary dragon display. We might need to have a very polite chat with the Jarl of Whiterun. That is one magical enchanted ceiling. It's almost like I'm looking up at the stars themselves. Orion is quite proficient with illusions. It's like it's actually snowing over there.
What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing you can... just as you were. No need to go out your way for anything. Right, well I suppose that's that then. Evening. Enjoy your stay around the museum. Very quickly before bed. Everybody else is getting tucked in, but I realised we've forgotten to do something, or I've forgotten to do something. I assume it's going to go in this cabinet here. But there's Gravedigger. A new relic Orion gave us. be acquired while we were away. It's rather sinister looking, honestly. It's almost like it's got Daedric runes along the blade. Let's have a look. I don't know, it gives me a bad vibe holding it. It's like an Akaviri sword, but like an imitation, because the blade is straight, and Akaviri blades are usually curved somewhat. It does absorb 40 points of health, and a chance to paralyze the target for 3 seconds. That is very powerful. Surely he's really the only two-hand wielder in the party, but she seems quite smitten with her own weapons, and honestly, I don't think it's a good idea to be waving this one around. It goes right there. Oh, I need to get it off my back. Right. There we are. Gravedigger. It does seem like we are putting everything Orion's giving us in this one cabinet. There is Red Eagle's Bane. Undead up to level 30 are set on fire and flee for 5 seconds. That might be useful against that vampire down in Morthal. Honestly, I don't understand why the Dawn Guard haven't turned up and dealt with it yet. Is the Dawn Guard going to turn out to be some kind of scam? Like you go down to be recruited and join up, and there's a 1,000 septim admission fee, but for training and equipment, of course. And then, oh, you need to scrub our stronghold from head to toe. You got to scrub it. You know, hot bucket of water. It needs a lot of cleaning, etc., etc. Just keeps stringing you along without actually doing anything productive. I do very much like the look of the rose. I love the pattern in the steel up the blade, and I love the guard as well. It's incredibly pretty. Incredibly pretty. It's very tempting to take this for myself, but for the moment I'm going to display it in here. It is especially effective against the undead. I don't know if I could improve it. We'll check in a moment. Let's get this Eastern Dwemer battle axe, the one that's big enough to cook a fried breakfast upon, and mount it on the wall. There you go, bit of bacon on the side, couple of eggs, a few sausages. Tell me that you couldn't cook a breakfast on that. But I also wanted to... Oh, yes, very quickly as well. I wanted to put the Dwemer Mage equipment here. Or at least what we had so far. And then I wanted to look at making a new set of armor, along with the Steel Imperial Gauntlets. Where are they? Here we are, Imperial Braces. Apparently we haven't made those yet. I thought we had fleshed out the Imperial exhibit with a pair of these, but apparently not. And then, how is it? Intrigue equipment. This equipment, I believe, is better than what we have. That's 88 armor. And this matches more what Inigo is wearing, so it'd be a bit more like a uniform, I suppose. Let's have a quick look. That's 88. Where's the Bear Skull gear? Yeah, on its own, by default, that's just 69. So the other equipment is better right off the bat. And then I'll be able to improve it beyond that, surely. So I think it's time we did improve our equipment, because we do... This isn't the strongest. It's more just a bit of leather, tiny bit of chain over a white shirt. We need to do something about that. We need to make sure we're equipped for the dangers Skyrim possesses, because things like a master vampire could be hiding in any of these caves we're going into, and we're simply not equipped to deal with them. So what do we need? Let's have a look what we need, and let's try and make a set of this Intrigue armor. There we go, a full set of this Intrigue armor. Right, and let's also scooch around and see how far we can improve it. because it's already an improvement on what we're wearing. And then, so it's fine at the moment, 74, the Bear Skull gear. We could improve it up to 80, which is less than the Intrigue armor right off the bat. We can improve Intrigue up to 99. Oh, that's far better. You cannot argue with that. Perfect. We can't improve the enchanted gear because we don't have the right skills to do so. And it does make me think we are going to have to enchant the new equipment as well. Let's have a look at it then. Intrigue. Change our tools over. Let's see. Yes, it does feel a little derivative, but you can't argue with the stats. It's just simply much better, and it goes with what Inigo's wearing too. I do like it. I do like it a lot. It's a little dark for me. It's, as I say, a little dark. I'd have gone with a bit of colour in it maybe, but it's nice. I feel nice and secure in a set like this. Yes, good boy, Miko. We're going to have to figure out what to do with you at some point too, but for now you're welcome to stay. Ooh, weapons. Can I improve any of the weapons I have on me? Because I've got Cyrus's saber. That needs Moonstone. We can improve it by 4 points, and the rose needs silver bullion, which we can do. And that improves it by 5 points. Let's improve that. Cyrus's saber is a lot more damage right off the bat. But the rose, especially effective against undead. How much more damage would that be against the undead then? Let's improve it. I still can't make bolts. I very much would like to make bolts and take the crossbow with us. But there's no point taking it with us until we really know how to do that, because we're just going to run out. It's not ideal to take a tool that we're not going to be able to replenish the resource for. Let's top up on water. Let's grab a couple of bits of breakfast. Let's go to the Blue Palace, meet the Enchantress in there, and get her going, enchanting the new equipment. And then we need to have a walk about town. We'll see what we can afford, because we're slightly wealthier than the last time we were here in Solitude. We'll go to the General Trader, see what knickknacks they have. Then we'll go to the blacksmith, and we will see if they have a suitable hammer to replace the keg breaker with. I'm not really looking for anything in particular, actually. Where? Oh, hello. You okay? You trip? You kind of rushed at me there. Well, if you're all right, let's see what you've got for sale.
Take a look.
You do have that jade dragon I keep having my eye on every time I come in. Where is that? Jade dragon, 10,000 septims. 10,000? Right, well, I see a hawker tusk, and we are going to need one of those. Goat horns. I think I need one. Let's get 2. I'm sure I've got 2 goat pelts. What else? The origin of the Mages Guild. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll get that. There is a greenhouse we could purchase for 3,500 septims. It could be a good investment, because we could grow our own food in it for one. Maybe some alchemical ingredients. We'll do it. Rather, we've already done it. What else? I don't think there's anything else you've got that I want.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with?
It's kind of twofold. I'm hoping you might be able to teach me anything. Perhaps you can't. But anyway, what have you got for sale?
The finest weapons and armor.
I could do with some smithing lessons, really. Right, hammer. You only have a steel warhammer. That's pretty normal. That's nothing to write home about at all. What about your crafting expertise? Would you be able to make me a hammer?
Need something?
Ongar's hammer. Oh, you would be able to. That's steel, silver, hawker tusk, and leather strips. Okay. You know what? I think we might be able to swing that. I take you craft that. Oh, wait, have you done it already? Have you done it already? No, right, okay. I think you were jumping the gun in my journal there, saying return to Ongar. Let me know when you've made that warhammer, and I know just the person who's going to want that. Right, let's explore society. Let's go see if everybody's arrived.
Oh, Guildmaster.
Oh,
Latoria
hello.
has a gift for you. Latoria is so happy hearing stories from the other explorers of the places they have been.
You're a little quiet over there.
When they come, that Latoria wished to give you something special. So Latoria crafts for you an official Explorers Society ring. Jewelry crafting
Ooh.
is something other that Latoria is also good at. She has made the ring for all the members, but this one, she makes special for you.
Oh, thank you. It's like a...
If you would like one of the others at any time, you just tell Latoria and she will give you one.
Oh, thank you. It's like a ring of office. It's like a ring of office then, isn't it? Have you got anything interesting in the works?
Why, yes, Guildmaster. In fact, Latoria does have something interesting to share. Latoria was with Professor Marassi the other day while he investigated a Nordic burial ruin, and she discovered a lost incantation.
Okay.
Using it on ruined unlootable books reverses their age so they can be once again legible.
Okay.
It only works briefly, so Latoria can only transcribe a page or two before the book turns to ash.
Oh.
If you bring enough ruined books, Latoria could piece together a full text from many ruined copies.
I don't know how useful that is, because how many books are we talking about? Because if you can only transcribe 1 or 2 pages at a time, you know, books are several hundred pages long. Like, how many copies are we going to need to go through until A, we find the right book, and B, we found enough copies of that book to be able to transcribe a full copy from it? How many books are we talking about?
Latoria thinks about 20 at a time should suffice.
20?
Bring all you can find, and Latoria will give you a copy of whatever she finds.
That seems a little optimistic. What exactly can we uncover from this? Like, we're going in blind. We've no idea what we could uncover from it, surely.
Oh, some rare books, spell tomes, even a possible treasure map or two. Who is to know? Be exciting to find out, no?
Then it will be. It sounds... plan is a strong word, but I will bring you some useless books.
Excellent. Latoria eagerly awaits your return.
Hopefully you'll be able to put some use to them. Right. Oh, Marassi!
Staying out of trouble?
Just about. Not doing a great job,
met.
but... Well met. What can you tell me about archaeology? I probably should have asked you this before we recruited you to the position of chief archaeologist.
It's hard, messy work and meticulous, careful work at the same time. You don't dig hard enough, and you'll never get to anything. But dig too hard, and you risk damaging the findings. You'll find excavation sites all across Skyrim. Just look in or near Dwemer in Nordic ruins. Just bring a pickaxe and start carefully digging.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to excavation sites.
I've set up a station here in the guild house for assembling fragments. Feel free to use it whenever you like.
Oh, I will.
Bring enough fragments and you should be able to assemble some interesting items. Some are common, others hard to find, and a few are rather rare.
I'll have to have a look at that. I don't think we have enough fragments, but I might have a job for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd like you to go out and excavate. Speaking of fragments, why don't you go and gather us some?
All right then.
All right, off you pop. Be careful out there. You might want some more equipment than just that. Maybe take somebody with you. Oh, Ariana. Hello? You doing well? What have you got for sale?
Just got a lot of new items in stock. Have a look.
Excellent. Let's have a look then. Some backpack. Oh. Explorers Guild heavy armor. Oh, that looks... It does look cool. I think Lucian might like the light version more. Though they do look rather similar. The heavy set we can put on display. Are you not going to donate a set to us at the museum? Are you expecting us to pay 1,000 sapgems for... Oh. Maybe I can make it myself and save some money. Look. See, the gauntlets and the boots aren't very much, but it's just the chest piece itself. Oh, what did I buy? Oh, it was a bit of bread. That's fine. Sorry, I like bread. I like carbs. Carbs are my favourite food group. You've got some fragments as well that you're not going to donate. Fine, I'll buy those from you. Better with us than with somebody else who doesn't really understand them. And a painting. I kind of hoped you were going to donate a little bit more when I agreed. You could run a shop at the same time. When I said discounts from guild members, I meant me too. But never mind. I'm glad you've settled in.
Sure you have everything you need?
For the moment, yes, you do have a lot of stock. That's an impressive amount of stock, really. Right, who's upstairs then? Kaya, we've got chairs. You don't need to sit on the edge of a box.
Yeah. Good day, friend.
Good day. What do you actually do between digs? Because you're our chief excavator, aren't you? Just, you know, digging stone out of the way. Have you got any other expertise that you bring to the guild?
Well, I mostly help Ariana move her inventory around. And Professor Marassi or Orion and whatever they need in prepping for a dig. But now that you mention it, I do have some extra time on my hands. And I have a little knack that might help you.
Oh?
If you bring me 5 samples of any type of ore, I can prospect them for you. I can usually find another trace ore type or a gem that most other people would overlook and lose in the smelting process. If I do find one, it will derive from one of the samples, so you'll get 4 of them back, and the new element, which is usually of a bit of variety. Just let me know.
Okay, that might be useful. I might have a job for you, though.
Sure. What can I help you with?
You can go out and excavate as well. You need a bit more field experience. Yes, that's it. You're used to mining, but you're not used to excavating. Go do some of that.
Sounds good. I'll be back in a few days.
Excellent. You do that. And Latoria, I realised as I saw her in the corner of my eye, I've not tried on the ring. Wanderlust, Ring of the Explorer, provides a boost to movement speed, plus 30 stamina, and plus 10 to armor rating. It's a rather pretty ring as well. She could easily be a jeweler, I think, making rings of this quality. I have to arrange one for Orion. Yeah, Orion, he's a chief librarian of the Explorer Society. He'll need one, but I meant Inigo and Lucian, and Shirley as well, if she's going to be the muscle. Okay. Everybody's clearly moved in. I'm imagining this is going to be Madras's bed that Latoria was on for some reason. This might be Ariana. Quartermaster's Ledger. Yeah, definitely Ariana's. I assume City of Stone. This is going to be Kaya's. He was sat on that chest. Kamal's map. And a note from Marassi. Guildmaster. This map was left in my care by an old colleague by the name of Kamal, who was sadly swallowed whole by a Hammerfell sandworm some years ago. He spent a great many hours documenting several explorers who we had known, read of, or were told about, who possess exceptional tools which could prove quite useful for yourself and the guild. Feel free to utilize the map to try and locate these explorer relics. Oh, I'll do just that. Let's see. Tools of the trade. Where's Kamal's map? It's hard to read his handwriting. Gloombreach, there's one there. Silent Moon's camp, another there. We've been to Silent Moon's camp. Is that the codex we read about? The book that's been sealed away by Malorus? Malorus's codex, yes. Folgothan. There's something very close to Solitude at any rate, just more or less across the water. We're going to have a look for that, and Sanamia's journals, volumes 1 to what? 6 volumes of journals? One was taken aboard an airship by the Thalmor. The other scattered diaries only know where. There's a lot of places we need to look for, and a lot of items we need to look for within. Tools of the trade. Range shelter, stone hands. I'm thinking of the Forge Master's fingers there. Kriana's quill, Arcane's tool bag, Piggy's resonator and beacon, the journals 1 to 6, Sir Jesto's patchwork cloak, Malrus's codex, Merian's spyglass, Luca's pickaxe, Alexi's key, Alvaro's tools, Dino's bottomless pack, Sans torch, and Schneider's sextant. That's a lot. An awful lot to find. Let's just double check. Let's see what our map looks like now then. There should be a lot of things to look for. Oh, I think I might have put the last scabbard in the library. I'm gonna have to get that before we head back to Markarth or make a copy. Alvara's tools, they're not far away. They're very close by actually. We'll have to get over there. Maybe that'll be a little day trip. What else? We need to speak to Calcemo and Markarth, so we will be going back there soon, I imagine. Arcane's tool bag, also in the reach. Alexi's key, that's near Helgen. Sanamir's journal volume 4's rumoured to be around there. There's a range shelter. Will that be a tent of some kind? Sans torch. Merian's spyglass. There's an awful lot dotted about, but not a real solid lead to follow. They're more just things we can pick up along the way, I think. We'll have to look at more concrete leads another time. But I also wanted to look into improving my perks here. Yep, nice to see you too, Latoria. Right, Excavator rank 1. Gain 1 additional fragment at dig sites with 20% chance of an extra keystone. Let's purchase that. Do I have any more perks? No, I do not. There's Expedition. Pack it in rank 1. I'm going to assume pack it in is going to be a carry weight bonus. And then Academia. We have already got 1 perk in the center of the tree. We can't really see what the others are until we have a perk to spend. Right, let's get rid of this. I don't think anyone else can see that, but I don't want to confuse them. Is this a... Ah, yes! Place the map there. We don't need the original. We've made notes of where we need to go. We might as well display it. Explorer's Guild armor. I'm not giving Ariana 1,000 septims. She should be donating a piece of that armor. You know, just 1 set to go and display so we can advertise the guild. But no, she wants to make a quick buck off our back. So we are going to see if we can make a set of that ourselves. And also see if Orion has something to say about the fact we've assembled the Explorer Society. Speaking of Orion, he actually prepared that secret chamber for us while we were away, didn't he? I am intrigued what we're going to do with that space, because it's a little gallery for ourselves away from prying eyes. And that's going to extend to simply putting things away in the penthouse. What could be more secret than leaving the secret door open? That's not exactly secret at all. Right. Well... Oh, Orion, there you are. Oh, and Avram... Oh, I guess it's not secret at all. Avram's there. There's a patron of the...
What can I do?
The gallery. Orion.
Oh, you're here.
Don't sound too surprised. No, you don't really want to talk about the Explorer Society. Yeah, I'll see you around. I'm just going to nip down to our non-secret basement, where we simply store things. There's no relics in there whatsoever. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I don't think there are relics down here whatsoever. Oh. Oh, now this cleaned up nicely. What does Orion think I'm going to be putting down here, though? Glenmoral Witch Head? Patema's skull? Pelagius's hip bone? Hab's remains? Avrak's... I mean, ancient traveler's skull? What are we supposed to do with all of this? I'll tell you what, I was wondering where these jeweled goblets and drinking horns had gone. And a modelled ship. Why are they down here? And not simply in the Hall of Oddities? Wait, death at a wedding? What's the Hand of Glory? Is that the Dark Brotherhood sigil? Why do we have a Dark Brotherhood banner? Ancient shrouded robes of Emperor Titus Mede II. He's being a bit ambitious again. We've not really tidied up this wall, though. For everything we've tidied up, we've not cleaned up the masonry work. For some reason. That looks familiar. I feel like I've seen that on carved into doorways and things like that. Well, it's been more than a little odd, this excavation. Guildmaster armor, Blackguard armor, busted a Grey Fox, Nightingale armor. The Grey Fox was that thief in Cyrodiil, wasn't it, years ago? Back in the Third Age. This is quite bizarre. I'm really beginning to question Orion's impression of us. Right then, let's have a look at Explorer's armor. Yeah, we can make that easy peasy. Oh, we don't actually have the copper to make a full set. Right, let's buy the make the pricier piece. Because if we can get the priciest piece for free.
You want me to wait here? Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, Inigo, we're not ready to go. Don't you worry. Explorer's light equipment 2. We need another copper ingot. Do we have copper ore? I'll have to check. If we do, we're going to have to smelt it. Ingots and ore. No, we've no copper. That's not too much of an issue, though. I don't mind spending a couple of 100 septims to complete that display. And what did I do with Silver Rose? Oh, it's on me, isn't it? I didn't actually hang it up in the end. I feel like I forget. That was it. Right, let's get some. Oh, we have plenty of goat horns. Well, we're going to need those anyway. Ingots and ore. I want the iron ore. Where would charcoal be? And this is all very heavy. Right, leathercraft. Let's get 2 goat hides, because now we can make, and we know we can make, the goat model in the Natural Sciences Museum. Where would charcoal be? The problem with too many hands putting things away when we come back, so we're rushing it, and we don't communicate. Ah, charcoal, there we are. That's what I wanted. Right, charcoal's in that cupboard. Let's remember that from now on. Right, oil crafting tools. I can make iron ore fragments. And then we're going to need some gem fragments, which I'm happy to do. Cures all poisons. Fear. A quick-acting oil that floods the mind, causing horrific hallucinations. Targets up to level 16 will run in fear for 10 seconds. Fire. A fiery oil causes 8 fire damage with every strike. Applies to a weapon and wears off after 10 strikes. Frenzy. An oil that boils the blood and induces a fit of rage. Will attack anything for 15 seconds. Frost damage, and stamina. We need health oils.
Home is where your heart is, right?
Resist oil sanguine, a vile oil that prevents blood from clotting, causing the living to hemorrhage for 4 points of damage, I assume, over 5 seconds. There are some good oils we are going to invest in. We can... Oh, we need quicksilver ore. Okay, so resistance, that's quicksilver. Then... corundum fragments seem to be for the sapping and bleeding oils. Instant effect... seems to be just iron fragments. Okay. Let's make some iron ore fragments then. Then we can make some health oils. 16 health every second for 10 seconds is pretty damn good. Oh, I don't have any bottles. I need more... Right, glass. We have glass. Building materials. That's where it's going to be. I kind of wish we had that miscellaneous junk barrel back in the other crafting room. A corrosive oil that eats away at body tissue. Fighting the living isn't really an issue. It's fighting the undead that's a bit of an issue right now. Vampires and Draugr. So I'm thinking the fire oil. We're going to need garnet fragments for that. Gems, they are here. Flawed garnets. Oh, hematite. What are you doing in there? Oh, we need to get you on display. I've got a lot of garnets, actually. Perfect. So we now have 18 health oils, which we'll top up on potions before we go as well. It's not a good idea just to take one thing to rely on. We have 9 fire oils. 2.
Best prices you are going to find in all of Skyrim. Take a peek.
I somehow doubt that more and more. However, all I want are the gloves and the boots, and they're pretty... you know, I'll give you that. That's a pretty fair price. The armor, though, 1,000 septims was not. But if this counts as an exhibit each for every piece of equipment there, I think we've reached a milestone of 300 displays. It is a nice set of armor. I do want to see about getting Lucian a set of this. The lighter armor, though. Display. Yeah, I don't really think we can do anything now until our armor is ready. Oh, Madras. Hello. I have a job for you if you finish settling in.
Yes? What is it?
I'm hoping you can go out and excavate too.
Fantastic then.
Brilliant. Okay, off you pop then. Well, so things I can do. I could go to the library and read. I could also make Lucian a new set of armor, which I think that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm going to have to see if there's copper in the smith in Solitude, though. Because I don't have any. It should only need 1 bar, though, I think. I can't quite remember, but we'll buy as much as we can. And then... I need to improve my smithing skill. Because unless I want to fork out a fortune for various smiths to try and make, you know, elven and dwarven equipment for me, and even orcish and sort of more sophisticated Nordic, etc., etc., I'm going to have to make it myself. And as soon as I get my next perk, that's what I'm going to do. I want to be able to smith elven and dwarven equipment. So creating armor for Lucian will be good practice.
Wait there, citizen.
Oh, hello.
I'm sorry, but the museum is currently closed off until further notice.
Closed until further note? I was only gone 5 minutes.